Good evening, it's Facebook Love. I hope that you're well. I hope everyone is well. Those I know who have been sick all seem to be feeling quite a bit better, and that is a relief. We're seeing more and more people in the public eye who've been ill, and I'm watching that very carefully because it helps me feel less stressed when these public people like Chris Cuomo talk about how they've been feeling and how they're recovering and what they can do to manage this, so it's not quite as frightening as it was before. I have been looking around at different poems, and today I was thinking about childhood and when I first really started to enjoy poetry. My age group fell in love with Shel Silverstein, who is such fun. And I thought, why can't I read some poems that are really for children? Because a lot of us know these poems either because we read them as kids ourselves, or we read them to or with our kids. Craig and I have been lucky to have done both. I read them all starting as a child, and then both of our beautiful kids have enjoyed these. Michelle, I just saw you pop up. These can be for you. So I'm just going to read a few that seem really pertinent to these days because I can't help but be topical. I'm going to read out of the book, so a little awkward. But anyway, this is from his first big collection. I tried to pick those that don't need the illustrations. His big collection from 1974, Where the Sidewalk Ends. This first one, Hug-O-War. I will not play at tug-o-war. I'd rather play at hug-o-war, where everyone hugs instead of tugs, where everyone giggles and rolls on the rug, where everyone kisses and everyone grins, and everyone cuddles and everyone wins. Hug-O-War. Here's one. Sorry about the bad camera work. Here's one that my parents will like this. Sorry about the camera. They were very worried about the effect of television on our young minds and our activity levels. So this one is called Jimmy Jet and His TV Set. I'll tell you the story of Jimmy Jet, and you know what I tell you is true. He loved to watch his TV set almost as much as you. He watched all day, he watched all night, till he grew pale and lean. From the early show to the late show, and all the shows between. He watched till his eyes were frozen wide, and his bottom grew into his chair, and his chin turned into a tuning dial, and antenna grew out of his hair, and his brains turned into TV tubes, and his face to a TV screen, and two knobs saying vert and horiz grew where his ears had been. And he grew a plug that looked like a tail. So we plugged in little Jim, and now, instead of him watching TV, we all sit around and watch him. Jimmy Jet and his TV set. Okay, terrible camera again. All right, this one. Sorry. Okay, sorry. This one is called Me and My Giant. I have a friend who is a giant, and he lives where the tall weeds grow. He's high as a mountain and wide as a barn, and I only come up to his toe, you know. I only come up to his toe. When the daylight grows dim, I talk with him, way down in the marshy sands. And his ear is too far away to hear, but still he understands, he stands. I know he understands. For we have a code called the Scratch Tap Code, and here is what we do. I scratch his toe. Once means hello, and twice means how are you? 3 means does it look like rain? 4 times means don't cry. 5 times means I'll scratch you a joke. And 6 times means goodbye, goodbye. 6 times means goodbye. And he answers me by tapping his toe. Once means hello, friend. 2 taps means it's very nice to feel your scratch again. 3 taps means it's lonely here with my head in the top of the sky. 4 taps means today an eagle smiled as she flew by. 5 taps means oops, I just bumped my head against the moon. 6 means sigh. And 7 means bye. And 8 means come back soon, soon, soon. 8 means come back soon. And then I scratch 1,000 times, and he taps with a bappity bim, and he laughs so hard he shakes the sky. That means I'm tickling him. Poems from Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. I think part of why I wanted to do children's poems today was that today is Thursday. I think this is 4 weeks straight that I've been doing Facebook Love every evening. And I don't know about you, but I am quite exhausted emotionally and mentally by keeping up with the fire hose of news, the updates, the worries. We're losing something like 2,000 Americans a day. It's deeply painful. I can't wrap my head around it without crying. I need to laugh. I need to remember that the world is often full of terrible, sad things, and those terrible, sad things rub right up against walking down the street and passing a parent with their child marching in their rain boots and slicker, chasing geese. Funny things and silly things are right up against the hard things, the sad things. And children are still growing up, and people are still getting married, and songs are being sung, and lives are being lived. People are worried and sad and scared, and they're still playing cards and doing puzzles and talking to people far away, scratching toes and talking about bumping into the moon, because it's hard to connect. So today, Shel Silverstein, don't let this be a banishment from each other. Don't give up. We're gonna just keep doing this until we have a handle on it. So this is Facebook Love. Good night. Bye.